So a real estate developer is the entrepreneur behind the idea. So a real estate developer is somebody who brings all of the resources together to get a deal done. So you're generally going to be the one that's identifying a property. You determine the highest and best use of the property. You bring the team together to execute on the vision. You arrange the financing. You control the deal. So the real estate developer, they don't get a piece of the deal. They own the deal. And then they determine in terms of all of the other interests in the deal, if there's partners, investors, whatever, who gets what. The real estate developer is also known as a sponsor. So that's who's sponsoring the deal and raising the capital, putting everything together. So you have real estate agents that are licensees. There's no license required to be a real estate developer. And there's all types of development. So flipping a house, buying a house, renovating it, and selling it, that's a form of real estate development. You're developing the property, you're improving the property. So there's opportunistic, which is heavy lift, value add kind of stuff where you're renovating properties. Then there's ground up development where you're just building from scratch. There's redevelopment where you tear something down and build up. So there's all kinds of forms of development, but a lot of people don't think like house flipping is real estate development. That actually is a form of real estate development. What most people think of is they think of big buildings, ground up, but it can be anything. It can be building houses. It can be renovating buildings. It can be developing land where you buy a parcel of land, you break it up into lots and subdivide that, sell it off. So there's a lot of different forms of real estate development, but none of it requires a license. Real estate agency, buying and acting as an agent on behalf of others that are buying and selling property for a fee, that requires licensure in a lot of states. Some states, what is known as wholesaling, which is really flipping a contract is what wholesale real estate is. Some states are requiring licenses to do that because you're sort of acting almost like an agent, except for when you have a property under contract, you have equitable interest, equitable rights in that property. You own the contract, so you have the right to assign that contract. But some states are cracking down on that because people are crossing the line with that stuff. But to be a builder, you need a license in some states you don't. But to be a developer, anybody can do that because generally you're going to hire a licensed general contractor to do the work for you, or licensed contractors if it's land development to do that work for you and do the infrastructure and things like that. So it comes in a lot of forms and fashions, but at the end of the day, you're a visionary, you're a leader, you're a delegator, you're a motivator. You raise the capital, you create the vision, you determine the highest and best use, you bring everybody together to execute on the vision and the highest best use of the property. That's what developers do.